Hey girls and boys. So today in your writing, I want you to really take charge of your writing as you're writing your story. So you're sort of going to be giving yourself little orders. You might even whisper to yourself, now I need to do this. Now I need to do this. And this sort of reminds me of Jack when he was biking this week. Normally Jack needs lots of help with his biking, so I set him up, we find a spot, I remind him to put his helmet on, and then I help him get started on his bike, and he goes on a little path. But this week we've been going to the tarmac, and Jack gets his helmet on by himself as we go out the door. He gets on his bike, he starts himself, and he's just taking charge. He's totally in charge of what he's doing on his bike. I was not helping him at all. So I want you guys to do that in your writing. Last time I gave you a little writing lesson, I was writing about Gretchen, my character, and I had finished writing part of my story about Gretchen. She was about to go back up into her tree fort, and I remembered to sketch a bit of that so that I would remember my idea for next time, but I didn't write down the idea, and when I went to write today, I could not remember what was going on with Gretchen and what I was going to write about next. So I thought about, well, maybe I should call my mom and ask her what to do, tell her to give me an idea. Maybe I should get Mr. Barker to come in and say, what should I write next? I have no idea. Or maybe I could call Mr. Lilico and say, please help me with this story. But then I remembered, no, I am in charge of my own writing. And I tried to think, I thought, okay, now let me think. What are some strategies I have to think of an idea? What are some of the things I'm doing in my writing? And I remembered, I need to give my character some trouble. So I decided I was going to have Gretchen start to climb up her tree fort, and then I was going to have her fall off, and that was the trouble. And then in my writing, I had lots to write about. I knew where to go from there. So writers, you can remember that when we're writing fiction, we make up pretend characters, we give the character a name, we imagine some adventures for the character, some trouble for them. We touch and tell, so you can use your fingers or use the papers to think of the different parts of the story, and then you can sketch it out if you want to, and you can write it. So when you're having trouble this week, you don't always need to go to a grown-up right away and ask them for help with ideas. You can take charge of your own writing and make sure that you're thinking of the ideas, the characters, how to write the story. You can do that if you sit for a moment and try to remember some of the strategies we've talked about. Enjoy your writing, 2B. Bye!